I'm Kostis Kornetis. I'm from Greece. I'm a historian, a trained historian. I did my studies in Germany, Great Britain, and my doctorate in Florence at the European University Institute. I'm a trained oral historian. My work has been based in my book on a comparative study of the Greek and Spanish dictatorships in the 1960s and 1970s, focusing on the memory of the activists and the lived experience. The focus of my research are the 1960s, the history and memory of the 1960s and 1970s. In particular, I'm looking at social movements from below, history from below, social actors, and specifically students during these years of explosion in student activity around 1968. In particular, I'm looking at the peripheral 68 in Greece and in Spain comparatively. So it's comparative history, but very much based methodologically on interviews, oral history, and the study of memory. My project at Carlos III and CONEX, with the acronym RESPAGRED, is entitled Revisiting the Spanish and Greek Transitions to Democracy. It builds on my previous work on the authoritarian periods in the two countries, the two dictatorships, and it's on the transitional periods and the memory thereof. So it's the past, but also the present of the transitions to democracy. And this is because the project challenges a given and a standard topos in the two countries, according to which the transitions after the authoritarian rule were model transitions, were exemplary transitions that could be emulated, replicated, copied in different contexts. I challenged this standard narrative, looking at history from below, looking at the social actors at the time, in the mid-70s, in the late 1970s, in the early 1980s, in both Greece and Spain. Not so much focusing on the institutional level, as much as literature has done so far, but rather, again, on the everyday people, on the everyday experiences, on what is called the structure of feeling of everyday people during these transitions. This is one part of challenging the narrative. The second part, probably most important one, is the interconnection between the transitions and the present. Right now, during the economic crisis, the economic, political, and social crisis that hit both Greece and Spain at the same time, there has been a questioning of the model transition narrative, especially by movements, social movements, popular movements from below, young people especially, a new generation of activists, people in their early 20s, who I call the angry children of the transitions, who challenge, question, destabilize and unsettle the narrative of the model transitions, believing that all this idea about a perfect political system, a social contract, and so on and so forth, on which the post-authoritarian societies have been based, was based on very, very fragile foundations. So I'm trying to look at current movements as memory activists, as mnemonic agents, as carriers of an alternative memory as far as the standard institutional, official memory of the transition is concerned. In this respect, I'm very much interested in this intergenerational clash, a clash between the generation that navigated the transitions in the two countries, people who were young in the mid and late 1970s, and again, people who are young now. It's an interesting intergenerational or generational entanglement that this project would like to unravel and research.